afternoon, love. Apparently, we missed a bit of fun in here earlier on.
What fun? Sharon and Dennis snogging the faces off each other.
Really? Well, I just saw Janine being carted off by the old Bill.
Great. Give me the facts from Scotland.
Sure.
Mrs. Evans.
Yes.
D.I. Banks. Thanks for coming in.
What's this all about?
Oh, we just need to ask you a few questions.
About what?
This statement from Mr. Truman. We just need to check a few facts.
Right.
Oh, you're not under arrest. But if you'd like us to list to prison.
Well, do I need one?
Well, that's up to you.
No. No, I'm fine.
Right. Well, take a seat. We'll get started.
When?
Well, just now. Laura said she saw her being taken away, so I had to come straight over.
Can you, look after Jack for me for a bit?
What now?
Yeah. He's asleep, so it won't be any problem. I've just got to nip out. It'll only be 10 minutes.
So you're satisfied with that explanation? You feel convinced it was an accident?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what the police said.
No reason to think otherwise.
No. Well, not unless Paul knows something I don't.
He wasn't depressed, suicidal.
We just got married.
Couldn't have been happier.
Yeah, that's right.
So it was either an accident or someone pushed him.
Pushed him? Is that what Paul said?
He suggested that you and Mr. Evans weren't very compatible.
I can't believe that you're saying this. Barry was my life. I couldn't have hurt a hair on his head.
Well, Mr. Truman says the opposite. He said you married Mr. Evans for the money, that you had no interest in him romantically or sexually, that you killed him in cold blood. In fact, he's told us a great deal.
Give some whiskey with you, can? Make it a double.
Heard about Janine?
No what?
She's been nicked.
Yeah. What for?
Dunno. Guess we'll have to wait and find out.
Just walking up the road. See a police car. Guess who's in the back of it? Janine.
No.
Uh-huh. Got no idea what it's about, but she's pretty miserable. Face on it like that.
It's lies. It's all lies.
Well, why would he lie, Janine? Why would he make the whole thing up?
Maybe he's got it in for me. Maybe he's trying to hurt me.
He says he was sleeping with you for months. He says all he ever wanted was the money. You told him in June you were going to take Barry for everything he's got.
I never said that.
Well, according to Mr. Truman, Barry was in a vulnerable state, getting over the death of his father, a messy breakup with his wife. He said you took advantage.
I was a friend. I was there for him when he needed someone.
He bought you a car, I believe.
A company car.
Clothes, jewellery.
Well, they were presents. We were going out. Have you never bought your wife jewellery?
And what about Barry's wife, Natalie?
Oh, they'd split up.
Mr. Truman says they were considering getting back together and you prevented it. Is that true?
How would I do that?
Well, he says you hid a note, that you turned Barry against her.
No. It wasn't like that. Barry and I, we were friends, okay? We were both lonely. I'd had a really hard time. I'd been down on my luck.
A prostitute and drug addict.
I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
our records confirm this.
Oh. Look, I cleaned myself up, all right? I'd been all on my own. I had a really hard time. My whole life, people had left me, but with Barry, it was different. He loved me for who I was. He saw the good in me. We both helped each other. We fell in love.
So you didn't describe him as a randy hippo? A great big greasy lump?
No.
You didn't sneak away at every opportunity to have sexual intercourse with Mr. Truman?
Of course not.
You didn't concoct excuse after excuse?
It's fantasy. It's all fantasy. He's just jealous.
Well, why would he be jealous? Well, if there's nothing between you, why would he feel like that?
Because there was something between us.
Oh, I thought you were the dutiful, faithful wife. I thought all this was lies.
It is. Paul. Paul had a crush on me. After Barry died, I slept with him.
After Barry's death?
Look, I know that it was stupid, all right, but I was lonely. When Barry died, I didn't know what to do. Paul was there. He seemed to care. After a week or two, I realised what a mistake I'd made. I finished it, but he wouldn't accept it.
And so, because you spurned his advances, he came in here and accused you of murder?
And it sounds crazy, but I can hardly believe it myself. That's what he's like. He's the one that's obsessed, it's not me.
Really? Well, he seemed quite calm when I spoke to him, quite calm, quite reasonable.
That is what I'm saying. He's like two different people. That's how I got involved with him in the first place. I thought he was caring, you know? A good friend. But he can turn. Just like that. He's been in prison as well, you know. So you can't trust him. You can't believe a word he says.
So he's just made this whole thing up?
Yes. Yes.
Well, how do you explain this?
What is it?
It's a bank statement, dated July of last year, in the names of Paul Truman and Janine Butcher. It proves you had a financial relationship. It suggests you and Mr. Truman were an item long before you said.
We were friends.
Friends? With a joint bank account?
Yeah. We were mates. We used to go to the bookies together. Paul liked to gamble. One day we put big money on a horse and it came in. Paul's tip and it came in big time.
6,000 on a horse?
Yeah. We opened the account because Paul didn't want to blow the money like he had done the rest. We agreed to hold on to it for 6 months.
You really expect me to believe that?
Well, why not? It's no more absurd than you suggesting that I plotted to kill my husband and then pushed him off a cliff the day after my wedding. Tell me, if you were planning a murder, is that how you do it?
Well, perhaps your hand was forced.
By what? According to you, I've been waiting for months. All I wanted was the money. Why would I suddenly go crazy and kill him like that?
Because of his health. And because you felt trapped, Janine. Mr. Evans thought you had a heart condition. Mr. Truman said you thought he was going to drop dead and leave you everything. Like, no need for a quick divorce. No need to settle for 50%. You could have the lot. Oh, but did you see, you found out he wasn't ill. In fact, he was quite healthy.
I don't know what you mean.
He phoned his doctor. He told Barry he was fine. We checked with Dr. Leroy. He confirms this. That must have made you panic. Upset you. Made you angry.
No. No, I was pleased.
Oh, Mr. Truman says you were steaming.
Well, he's lying. How do you know he wasn't the angry one? How do you know that he didn't push Barry off the cliff? How do you know that Paul didn't kill Barry and is blaming me to try and cover his own tracks?
Because he has an alibi. He was in the hotel. People saw him.
I was in my room.
When you went to search for your husband, you said it was Paul that found him?
Yeah.
He said you told him which way to go.
No.
Well, we checked with Scottish police. There was a local man with you. He confirms this. We have his statement. It was faxed down tonight.
I didn't tell them where to go. We were going to split up. I said I'd go one way and they just went the other.
Oh. So you could turn up and play the desolate widow.
I am desolate. I'm a widow. I'm grieving.
Oh, so this is just all one big fantasy. He's just cooked it all up to hurt you.
I told you. He's a jealous, bitter man.
Well, then tell me your side. Convince me. I know what your life's been like. Dad running off, your mother dying, relationship with an older man that didn't go well, drugs, prostitution, you've had a hard time. You've been alone a long time, Janine. Oh, Barry Evans, he must have seemed like a godsend. Friendly, affable, foolish. He gave you a home, gave you comfort. He gave you everything you needed, apart from one thing. You couldn't stand to even look at him. Well, it's not surprising it ended this way. You know, I don't think you're a cold-hearted killer. I think it happened bit by bit. You got greedy. You got careless. Suddenly you were up on this cliff with this man who was no longer ill, who you were going to be stuck with for years. Now, perhaps he guessed. Perhaps he found out. Perhaps you rowed, you got angry, confused. Perhaps you didn't plan to kill Barry. Perhaps it just happened in the heat of the moment. An argument. He slipped. A simple push. It's not hard. There are 1,000 explanations. But I cannot help you until you tell me your side. Until you tell me what really happened. Now, I'm willing to forget all this, forget about Truman and listen to you, but I need to hear your side. I need to hear it from you.
Why?
Why what?
Well, why do you need to hear it from me?
Janine, don't you want to have your say?
Of course. But, I mean, if you've got all this evidence, then why do you need to hear my side at all?
I just want to understand.
You haven't actually got anything on me, have you?
I've got all this.
It's my word against his.
And a rock-solid motive.
Then why haven't you charged me?
So you told him everything?
Well, you wanted me to talk to him, so I did. Yeah, I told him everything.
And what about Janine? What's going to happen to her?
Well, I guess they'll just lock her up.
And you?
No charge.
But you helped her. I mean, you helped her get money out of Barry.
Yeah, well, Barry's not here to press charges.
It's nice for you.
Look, you know, I don't feel good about this, but I did what I thought was the right thing.
Too little, too late.
Oh, what, you'd rather I hadn't? Look, I was scared, you know, really scared. I could hardly bring myself to go in there. And I had to tell him about those things, all those things I tried to block out of my head. I felt just sick saying them.
So why'd you do it then?
What do you think? Because that's what you wanted me to do. Because I love you. You know, and this is the only way I could find to prove it.
Well, what do you want, a medal?
I want you to forgive me. Give me another chance, Nat. I've done what you asked. Janine's finished. Now it's just you and me.
You're free to go.
No apology. Bye.
Violet.
Please, Nat. You know, just forgive me. Forgive me for what I've done, and I promise you, you know, I'll make you happy. You'll never have to be scared or lonely again. I'll always be there. I really love you.
I've got to go. I've really got to go.
Come on, don't.
No, I can't. Pat's looking after Jack, and I said I'd only be 10 minutes.
Right. What about tomorrow?
I'll think about it. Got to think about all of this. I'll call you. You were right. She's been taken into custody.
And? Listen, is this something to do with Barry?
I don't know.
Didn't you ask?
Well, they wouldn't tell me. All I know is she's being questioned, so we just have to wait until the morning.
That's it. They just let you go.
Innocent till proven guilty, Paul. And that's me. Innocent in the eyes of the law. I'm beginning to wish you kept your mouth shut now.
All I did was tell them the truth. I should have done it before.
The truth? You betrayed me. You told them everything.
You know, I'm sick of lying. Sick of carrying around the guilt.
What? And so you thought you'd just dump it on me? I could have got done for murder.
You think I don't know that?
And you don't give a damn. 10, 15 years in prison. Coming out middle-aged and shriveled up. And you don't give a damn.
You preaching at me, Janine. You did it. You did it. All I did was tell them what I know.
And to hell with me.
Oh, what, and you think it was easy going to the old Bill, huh? Putting myself out on the line. I did it because I had to.
Why?
I told you! For my conscience. So I could look in that mirror and not feel sick at what I see.
Oh, don't give me that. Who do you think you're talking to, Natalie? I know you, Paul. You haven't got a guilty bone in your body.
Yeah? Maybe I'm changing. Maybe Natalie's changed me.
That's what all this is about, isn't it? Natalie. She's put you up to it.
No.
She's been here. She's been here tonight.
That's none of your business.
That's why you did it. For her. She has made you feel guilty.
Listen, you. Just leave Natalie out of this. Between you and me.
Does she know? Did you tell her?
I had no choice.
What?
She see you around here. She heard your message on my phone. She knew something was going on. So I had to tell her.
But you don't even know the first thing about what happened.
Because you wouldn't tell me.
You didn't exactly hang around long enough, did you, Paul? As soon as you got a whiff of trouble, you just ran for the hills.
Oh, Should have stuck around, should I, eh? Listen to more of your lies?
24 hours earlier, you were in love with me.
Then you crossed the line. Everything changed.
I didn't change. My feelings, they didn't change. You just ran away. I mean, what do you think happened? I lured Barry to this cliff top and then pushed him off. It wasn't like that, Paul.
I don't want to hear this, all right? Look, just...
No.
Just get out.
You are going to hear this, all right? I need you to hear this. I did go for that walk. I was on that cliff, him wittering on, picking me flowers. Suddenly, it just all seemed impossible. To go on another day. To not be with you. And so I just told him. I told him the truth. I just blurted it all out about us, ripping him off, everything. Do you know what he did? He forgave me. I told him that I didn't want him, that I wanted you. He just wouldn't take that in. He wanted to cuddle me. He wouldn't let me go. And I pushed him away from me. A push. A tiny push like that. That is all it was. And it was gone. It was as easy as that. It's not like I shot him. I didn't poison him. I didn't plan it. I killed him, Paul. But I didn't mean to. Suddenly it was all there. Everything we wanted. The only thing I could think walking back to... running back to that hotel, the only thing I could think about was you. I wanted to tell you. I couldn't. We'd spent so long, Paul. We were so close. I couldn't just walk away.
So you chose the money. Just like you always do. See, that's the difference between us, Janine. I didn't.